Hey everyone, it's Connie with SimplySimpleStamping.com. I'm so glad you could join me for Stampin' Gals Gone Wild Wednesday. Now, it has officially turned fall here in Oklahoma where I'm from, and I finally got to wear a sweater today, yay! But I'm kind of in that fall festival mood, and so what I'm creating for you today is a really fun little, the Wondrous Wreath fun little box, maybe something great for whoever's hosting Thanksgiving this year, or just a little something to have around the house. You could fill it with, oh, I don't know, chocolate. But a really fun little box. I'm going to share with you how to create it today. Let's go. All right, let's get started with our box. The first thing I want to focus on is the wreath itself. So I'm going to bring in a piece of Whisper White cardstock, but I'm also going to bring in my Stampin' mat because the stamps that we're using, the Wondrous Wreath, is a photopolymer. So we're going to begin with the wreath that has all those leaves on it. We're going to stamp that in Hello Honey. I want you to notice one thing about Wondrous Wreath. See this little tab right here? That's going to help you line up your framelits when you go to cut this out. So always make sure that that tab is facing down or facing up or facing to the right or the left, whatever you want, but you just want to be consistent. All right, I've got my leaves stamped in Hello Honey. Again, there's my tab at the bottom. Let's give that a press. Beautiful. I'm now going to come in with Mossy Meadow. Boy, this is my favorite green right now. It is just so rich and so deep. I love it. We're just going to kiss that stamp set right on there. Here's the other thing I love. See my little tab? But I love that this stamp set, I can see right through it. I'm lining it up with the leaves that are already on there. Sorry, it took me a little bit to line it up. And we're going to stamp it. See how those go right over it? Woohoo, we love it. All right, we're now going to come in with Cajun Craze. And I'm going to use the little dots. If you were to do this for Christmas, these would be berries. But it is going to add a really nice fall flair to my card, just like that. We're going to stamp the bow from Wondrous Wreath. I have that inked up in Baked Brown Sugar. We're going to put that down there at the side. While I've got Baked Brown Sugar out, I'm going to bring in another stamp set because I really wanted to have a really great fall sentiment. So this is from, oh, I just lost the name of it. I'll put it on the screen because I've only had one cup of coffee and I'm obviously not all here. All right, so I'm going to stamp this just kind of little background there in Baked Brown Sugar. And now I'm going to come in with Rich Razzleberry. And I have this super cute Hello Fall. Let me just stamp that right there. We're now ready to kind of start cutting and preparing the wreath. Now I will tell you, we are going to use framelits here. And on this Hello Fall, we are going to, my favorite thing in the world, is to fussy cut. We're just going to simply cut out this little sentiment here. I did want to share with you some tips on using these framelits. Remember that little tab that was on the stamps? Well, look, there's a little tab right there on the framelit. That's going to help me be able to know very quickly how to line up that framelit. Thank you, Stampin' Up, for that. I love it. Same thing with the center. Oh, this is a big one. Make sure you cut out the center of your wreath. But same thing, I've got a little tab. I can see right where that needs to go. And my last one will be my bow. My magnetic platform is wonderful for this. I'm going to put my top plate on and run it through the Big Shot. Okay, so it's time to get to work on the actual box. Love these decorative window boxes. The window sheet's already on there so you can see through it. Really makes it fun. Let's come in and work with one of the, I had you cut two pieces of 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 of Rich Razzleberry. One of those I ran through my wood grain embossing folder. Now the hardwood stamp would be beautiful on this as well, but I really wanted to kind of give it a woodsy feel, so I ran that through the embossing folder. And now we need to cut a circle out of it. I am going to have you put both of these together. We're going to put those on the magnetic platform, and I'm using the circles collection. Now, how to know which one? Well, I just kind of found the one that fit right along that little window. Pretty simple. We're going to put that on to, like I said, I've got both pieces of Rich Razzleberry there. You want to center it up as best you can. You don't have to get crazy, but we do want to make sure we're good and centered. We're going to run that through the Big Shot. We now have those cut out. I'm going to take this one that has the embossing on it. I'm going to use Fast Fuse because it's got that embossed texture. Sometimes it can be tough to get it to adhere because there's so much going on. We're going to lay that right on top. Beautiful. Okay, we have that done. And you know what? I think we can go ahead and put our wreath on. I did put 3 Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of it. And check it out. That's just going to very sweetly go on there. I've got my sentiment that said Hello Fall. I've got a couple dimensionals on there. Let's stick that on. For the little bow. Now, one thing, you can put the bow on the wreath wherever you want. I thought I'd be a little different and put it here on the side. I didn't want it to stick to my window sheet, so I'm only going to put adhesive on this area. Since I'm using Fast Fuse, I'm just going to keep using Fast Fuse. Use my little silicone mat underneath me. Sure makes it easy and I don't get that Fast Fuse. Boy, it's super sticky, but it can kind of go everywhere. All right, so you can see I'm just going to put that right there. You can see not adhered down, and that is fine. All right, the front's done. Now let's do just a little bit more. I now want to take this piece, ew, it's got to be hidden, guys. I just can't stand it. I don't want someone to open the box and see something hideous. So we're going to cover it up. Again, just some Fast Fuse here on the edges. And, oh, I'm going to try to do this so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. We'll go at it this way. So same thing. I can just line up my circle. There we go. See how much nicer that's going to be when my box is closed and they see that. I realize we're seeing this here. You could, if you wanted to, you could even put another wreath on the inside. We can now put our box together. So we'll just tuck all the tabs in. Now, because I just get crazy about it, this drove me nuts as well. I have a 4x4 piece of Hello Honey, and let's just put some Fast Fuse on that and adhere it to the inside. That way, first of all, it's going to give just, not that these boxes aren't good and sturdy, but it will make it even a little more sturdy. And I don't know, don't you think it just looks so much cuter with that little bit of splash of color going on in there? So this part of our box is done. One last thing. We're going to take about 28 inches of the Hello Honey ribbon and we're going to tie it in a bow right here. I'm going to go ahead and bring my original back in and you can see how I did that. Very simple. Just tied it around. My little box is all ready to fill. Well, everyone, thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope that you like that box and that's one you're going to be able to use in some of your festivities for the upcoming holiday. Thanks so much for tuning in and thank you so much for being so loyal to Stampin' Gals Gone Wild. You just have no idea how much Jose and I truly appreciate you guys. Now remember, you can always order any of your supplies at, if you're in the United States, I'd be happy to help you at simplysimplestamping.com. If you're from Canada, Jose's your girl, and you can find her at stampingjoe.com. Just always be sure to use your hostess code so that you can get our 6 very exclusive videos for the month. We always kind of bring out our best of the best at that time. You can find the hostess code for the month on our website, so be sure to check it out. Guys, have a terrific Wednesday, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.